Well, hello to anyone watching this video. So I'm working on this 2011 Lexus is250, and what I'm doing is installing a Tesla style Android radio. So this thing is pretty much no brand on it. I also know it's an Android radio, Android device, and I'm going from this to this. This Alpine radio or screen, very good, but it's starting to have issues. Also, the climate control unit, it's bad. Cannot control the AC at all. So we're having to replace it with a unit that will control AC. It will control the blower motor, and it's a radio also. So Android system. So anyway, if you happen to buy one of this, just be aware on this side, just be fully aware that this is your backup camera input right here to the radio. So it's not labeled. Most of the stuff is labeled in Chinese and English. These units are pretty much plug and play. They do come with harness connectors that will fit the factory connector. This is the vehicle side. This is the radio side here. So pretty much start plugging in harnesses. This particular kit comes, or radio, comes with two harnesses. This is one of the harnesses. So I figured out which harness I'm supposed to use, if the one that comes with this module or the one that comes with this little module here. And the way I did it, it's basically just try all these connectors right on the vehicle side, and none of these connectors will fit. I think it was just one that fit or fitted, so I knew right away this is not what I'm supposed to be using. I believe this is for the is250 that came with a navigation from the factory. This one did not. The other thing to mention is most of these units, all these Android radio units, they do not have two RCAs outputs for the audio. So if you are going to install a speaker amplifier along with a subwoofer amplifier, you're gonna come across this situation to where you only have two channels coming out, right? One for the left, one for the rear, but there's no other set of wires that come out of the radio for the back and the front. So when you hook them up, you need to use a splitter in the back. I'll show you in a little bit, and you are able to control the music from left to right, but not front to back, or vice versa. If somebody knows how to do it in these units without using a bypass, or a splitter on the other end of the cable, of the RCA cable at the amp, let me know in the comments. I would love to know, because I don't know. But anyways, they only come with one pair, so only hook up one RCA cable to your speaker amplifier, and then you gotta use splitters in the back. And for the subwoofer control, it only comes with one output, which is this green one right here. This is for the subwoofer. So this is my subwoofer RCA cable. You only have to plug in one. It doesn't even matter which one it is, if it's the white one or the red one. In this case, I decided to use that color. Right, in the subwoofer amplifier, just connect both ends. Don't worry about it, just connect both ends the way they go. And over here you only have to connect one. The other one, I put some tape on it just to avoid or prevent this thing from touching any metal and distortion in my subwoofer signal. And another very important thing to mention in here is the remote, the amplifier remote cable. So this right here, this is supposed to be the amplifier remote cable. And so this cable coming out of the unit goes to this connector here for the factory harness, right? And then it also comes over here to this connector for the radio antenna. It goes in there and comes out right there. Okay, so it does power up this with battery voltage when the radio is on, okay, the local radio. But once you switch it over to Bluetooth, it will cut power to that wire, and then your amplifier or amplifiers, depending on how many you have, will not come on. Okay, so since there is no manual for this thing, basically this is all I have for a manual. Okay, and the only thing here is the only schematic in this manual is this, which is for the backup camera. That's the only schematic. Other than that, it's all instructions on how to navigate through the software once everything is installed. So I couldn't really find a wire that will control my amplifier with Bluetooth audio going on, okay, or that will turn on my amplifier. So what I did is, to simplify my life, I came over here, and just like any aftermarket radio, they do have the red one and the yellow one for the power. Yellow one is constant power, okay, and then the red one, it's accessory on, ignition on, engine running. Okay, so since you have to turn on the accessory on to turn the radio on, I just hooked up to this wire here, to this circuit. Okay, so anytime you turn the accessory on, you turn the ignition on, or you have the engine running, you're driving down the road, you're gonna have power to your amplifier, and so that's why I connected to that. Okay, because like I said, the blue remote cable or wire in this particular unit does not come on with power, or does not provide power to the amps when Bluetooth music is being selected, or any other type of sound like YouTube, any video that you're playing. Your amplifiers will not come on if you hook up to the blue remote wire. So that's very important to know. Over here, there's no labels for as to where these white connectors go in the back of the unit. So you have that, and also this one here. Basically what I did is just count the pins. These are females, so just count the female pins versus the male pins, and just try to see if it fits. Some of them fit in the same spot, but if it's not the right connection, it will feel a little funky, right? It'll be loose in there. So if it's loose, it's probably not from there. So just switch it over with another one. Okay, and then this unit, let me show you something, also comes with an OBD2 adapter or plug-in. Okay, and so if you were to have the engine running, you can see engine RPM in here, and you can also see the speed. Okay, I already have mine hooked up. You can see it right there. Okay, so if you wanna have OBD2, make sure to plug it in. And then it has a built-in microphone in the unit. That's the other thing. I was looking for a microphone input or output out of the unit, and I couldn't find the damn thing. I looked and looked and looked for about 30 minutes looking for a place to hook up my external microphone, and it happens to be somehow built into the unit, because I did make a call, and the person in the other line was able to hear me just fine. A little bit far away, but the person was able to hear me, so that means that the microphone has got to be built into the unit. Okay, so I'll put it in there in the dash. I'll pause the video while I'm doing it, and then I'll show you how it looks like already installed in the dash. It looks kind of cool. Before I install this thing, I forgot to mention, or I was forgetting to mention, that this bracket, okay, it's too long. Okay, so when you try to set it up in there and try to install the radio flush to the dash, it will stick out about an eighth or 1/4 of an inch, and that is because these brackets, the two brackets here, are too long. So what I ended up doing, I cut them off 1/4 of an inch each, and then I welded it. It's not the most beautiful weld, I know, but I'm not much of a welder, but it works. So once I did that, I was able to install the radio very flush to the dashboard. Okay, so I got the unit installed, and it is flush to the dashboard. I do have a little bit of a gap over here, but I'm okay with it. This thing is aftermarket, can't really ask for much. And I left this off just to show you that that's how you get to those bolts. The two bolts holding the radio on the bottom, you need to remove these two. In case you don't know, these ones have these two tabs, 1 and 2 in there. Okay, actually that's the tab. The way they go in from here, and then you just kind of push it in, and just make sure you line up the clips, and then you just press down, and at the same time go that way. Okay, to get them off, you start prying from the tail. So gently pry from here. Okay, once it's loose, don't just pull up, pull out this way, diagonally going up towards you. Okay, that's the way to get them out. And so I'll explain a little bit over here about the RCAs that I was talking about. The unit only has one set of RCAs coming out for audio, so I had to use a splitter over here. Okay, that's what I ended up doing. It actually, the sound quality is good. It's great. This thing sounds actually very good. I do not care about being able to transfer the sound from the front or to the back, or vice versa, just because I really don't have any bass on my speakers. All the bass is coming from my sub, so it wouldn't even matter. Okay, and I want to be able to hear my music all over the car. So that's how the unit looks like installed. I think it looks nice. Oh yeah.